episode 9, the first Monday of 2025. And let me tell you, we are all feeling that right now. It has been kind of one of those, the traffic was bad this morning. It's really cold. But how about those Lions, huh? I mean, they were so excited about them. It was funny. I was trying to stay up and I was so tired. I was trying to stay up and watch. And then I woke up, I think, at 2:00 in the morning and checked the score. And I was like, that is so awesome. I almost wore my Lions shirt today, but I need a proper one because I think they're the NFC North champions? Mm-hmm. All right. I got it right. Yay, my dad would be so proud. Well, listen, thank you for being with us again. We took a little bit of a holiday break, of course, because my kids were out of school. And we did do the holiday show December 23rd. That was at Time Warp Vintage on location in Macomb. Our first show in Macomb. So it was wonderful. We had Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle show up. We had Santa even showed up. And it was just an awesome thing. So a big thank you again to Rising Stars Academy, Advancing Macomb, for making that happen. And of course, Time Warp Vintage, Jason and Steve over there. So we've got a lot going on today. We've got a lot of guests. And this first one is someone that you have seen before. I think you're nervous. She's almost as nervous as I am. And I'll explain that just in just a minute. So this is Juliana Mino, and she is the founder of Serenity at Home Detroit. And we go way back because she had approached me pretty much when the show had almost.
I think so, pretty early on.
It was pretty early on. And so she's an organizer, and I have twins, as you know, and I think we missed their birthday picture, but that's okay. They were 13 yesterday. Oh my gosh. Just don't even talk to me about that. It was craziness.
It goes by fast.
It does go by fast. So that being said, Juliana, we have spoken before about how being disorganized can really kind of throw you off and make your space feel small and kind of affect your mental health.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So in full transparency, I am like shaking because I'm so nervous about this. So we had talked about this, and I actually brought Juliana into my home. She did a consultation, and I was super embarrassed because laundry everywhere. I let the twins pretty much throw anything anywhere. It's a lot. And so I kind of bit the bullet, said, Juliana, come in. She did the consult, and then we scheduled. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's my downstairs. There's somebody gasped. Okay, I'm doing this. We talked about this. We talked about this in depth. In fact, I've had like 5 therapy sessions about showing this picture, just because it's kind of being real, and it's kind of talking about real life and how it really affects you. And downstairs, that's our only TV is downstairs. Never mind the paint job. That's a whole nother story. So if you are a painter, please reach out to me and help me with that. Yeah. But you came in, and first of all, I need to say that Juliana, not judgmental at all.
Right. That's one of our keys.
That's the key
that,
thing.
You know what? We don't offer any judgment. So many people will say to me, this has got to be the worst you've ever seen. And it's not. Like, so many people are so overwhelmed by their entire homes, certain spaces in their homes. And the more overwhelmed you get, the more overwhelming the space gets.
And the bigger the mess gets.
The bigger the mess gets.
It seems like when you get more overwhelmed, you just keep piling on.
Right. And what happens is people want to get their space organized. They want to declutter. But the more overwhelming it is, the less likely you're ever going to start, because it becomes a situation where you don't even know where to start anymore, right? Like, I don't know where to start because there's so much stuff going on and you're just frozen. Mm-hmm. And that happens to so many people. And then they bring us in. And the thing for us is we can look at a space. One, we're objective. We have no connection to anything.
I'm like, no, don't throw that away. Please keep it. I want it.
Which is, and that is a part of the process, right? Is figuring out what people want to keep and what they don't want to keep. And then, and so that part we work with our clients and go through it. But we do have a process of how we do it. So the project that for one person to look at a space and think, I'm never going to get through this, or I'm going to tackle it an hour a night over, months or whatever it is, we can come in a day or two, just have it all done.
Yeah.
And so it just is so freeing and liberating to have somebody come in and help you and just get something done that you just don't know how to get done yourself.
Right. Like you said, you don't know how to start. So the interesting thing was, is that you came in, and so, I mean, it was downstairs where the TV is.
Mhm.
There's also a full bathroom down there. There's also a couple different storage areas, right?
And the laundry room.
In the laundry room.
Yep.
And so it was just kind of like, okay, well, I looked at you and I was like, I don't know where to start. And you're like, you're okay. I got this.
We got it.
You got it. And it took 2 days.
Yep. I think it was about maybe 8 hours. Like it was probably 4 to 5 hours a day.
Right.
Is what we did.
But the whole idea of you taking a look and being objective, because let's face it, I mean, we've all had different stages of our lives where you don't want to let something go.
Yeah.
You like the twins turned 13 yesterday and you found like a onesie and you're like, really? And I'm like, oh no, please, I want to keep it. But you're objective, and that helps, because then you would kind of talk me into it and say, do you really need to keep this? And I'd be like, no, I'm good. You can let it go.
Right. And then I think, but the important thing is, if you're thinking about bringing in an organizer, is ultimately it's your decision. An organizer can help you think through a little bit of like maybe some of the things to think about as you're trying to remember what to keep and not keep. And, as you kind of go through the process too, sometimes you realize, oh, I can't get rid of this. And then as you kind of continue in that space, you realize you've got 5 other things that look exactly like that.
Identical.
So, it's through the entire process of going through the space that you really can kind of come down and say, okay, this is what I think I want to keep. This is what I don't want to keep. But that's the first step of the process,
Right.
because
there are many steps.
There are many steps, because then once you've decided what you want to keep, then it's our job to figure out how to best maximize all the different spaces. So as Brooke was saying, like you have a storage room and another small storage room, and then you had a bathroom that's got some space. So we were looking at all of those and really trying to figure out, okay, where do we put everything? And so that's a part of it. And then all the things you didn't want to keep, we really try to find the best space or home for those items.
And,
right.
And that was what was so amazing too, is that everything that I was getting rid of, whether it was donating or it had to be tossed, you guys actually took care of that.
We take care of
We
all
took
of
care
that.
of everything, which
Right.
was such a huge relief.
Yes. Well, and I think one of the things that helps is we really value finding, as I said, the best home for the items that our clients can donate. And for some people, knowing that those items are going to a really good home can make the difference between holding on to something and letting it go.
For sure.
Right. And so that makes a big difference. But we take care of getting rid of all of that stuff for you, so that when we leave at the end of the day, all the trash is outside. All the items that are being donated have been donated. So we take care of every part of that. So,
and you also take care of, because the whole idea of, oh, well, now we can put storage, we can add storage and shelves and tubs and all this. And I'm like, and you're like, no, I'll do it. And you guys actually bring all of that in.
Absolutely. So
because you can visualize it.
Right. So we do the shopping. We know how to look at spaces. We know how to measure spaces. We know what kind of containers fit on what kind of shelf. So I can look at what you already have and say, okay, these are the things that we should bring in, because that will make a big difference. Because if we move this stuff around, it allows us to maximize space. Because at the end of the day, it's about maximizing space. And depending on the size of your home, it becomes more and more important to maximize the space that you have. But the other part of it is we want to make sure that moving forward, it's easy for you to find everything that we've put away for you.
I was very proud. I didn't have to text you once and say, hey, do you know where this is?
She did not have to do that. I have many clients that do. And it's funny because they'll call and they're like, well, where do you think this is?
Right.
And usually we can say, oh, it's on the 3rd shelf in this room, on, in this container or whatever. So we do remember. But yeah, you didn't ask
I
at all.
I did not. But okay, so here is the thing, and the reason why I decided to show that picture and just to admit that, okay, my house is messy and I'm disorganized. It was because it was affecting the twins, and it was affecting my own sanity, really, because, we would go downstairs. I'd be like, I got to fold the clothes. I'm tired. They've got homework. And it just seemed like it was never ending. And so when they, I can't believe I'm going to cry about a clean house. When they came downstairs, they were like, Mom, thank you for doing this for us. It is so wonderful. And so now when we watch our shows or whatever it is, it is just amazing. And I'm happy to report it looks exactly that same way. So I'm going to clap for myself. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And one other point that we have to mention is that you think that you bring in a personal organizer and that's going to be crazy expensive.
Right.
And you guys are not. You're
Okay.
very reasonable.
Yep.
You're efficient. You take care of everything. And I'm so appreciative of that. But I mean, so there's no judgment. So really reach out to Juliana. Her and Cindy were wonderful. And how do people find you?
So you can find us Facebook and Instagram, Serenity at Home Detroit. And then on our website is Serenity at Home. And you can kind of link, you know, if you want to have a complimentary in-home consultation, you can sign up for that on the website. You can just call us, however, but we absolutely love what we do. And it really is life-changing for a lot of people. And like your point about the kids, like we've had many clients who have said the same thing, that like they didn't think their kids really cared about it that much. And then there is a lot of stress that no one even really realizes is going on. And then when it's all cleared out, the kids are like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's like you take a deep breath and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay. And it's one thing that I don't have to worry about anymore. Right. So I, just seriously, thank you. And I'm
thank you.
still a little bit embarrassed about showing that picture, but you know what? I did it for the good. So thank you, Joanna.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
And I think you got to do the kids' rooms next. So
We're coming back.
They're
We got
coming
more
back.
projects. We
They're
can't
coming
wait.
back.
So,
They're a little bit more horrified. They're like, what is she going to take? And I'm like, everything.
I'm not taking everything, but yes, we're excited about working on those projects
No,
for
thank
sure.
you.
It'll
And
be huge for them.
It will be. It will
Yeah.
be for sure. So, okay, website one more time.
SerenityAtHome.org.
Okay. And you have, how's your booking availability? Are you getting the new year,
Yeah.
right? Everyone wants to be
Yeah,
organized.
everybody wants to be organized. So we book out generally, I'd say 3 to 4 weeks in advance. It just depends. It depends on the projects. Also, we can be really flexible. We have a lot of clients who are flexible. So certain things come up, we can rearrange things. We really just try to work with our clients as best as we can.
And you definitely do. So
Yeah.
thank you from the bottom of my heart,
Aw.
from the kids' hearts, and from our lovely TV room. Like I said, now we just have to paint it. So thank you.
All right, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. So.
Okay.
So, of course, this is the first Monday of New Year's Eve, and we actually hung out at Alex's restaurant in Berkeley a couple days ago, and we talked to people. Actually, I walked up to them and gave them lottery tickets, compliments of Barbie. Walked up and said, hey, what's your New Year's resolution? Do you have one? We are going to show one of those videos. This one is Noah, who I'm showing this one first because he's wearing a Lions shirt. So let's watch.
So we're at Alex's, and I had just met Noah, the DoorDash guy, right?
Yep.
Where he did all about Lions. You can come here. It's okay. And, okay, so we're talking about New Year's resolutions or wishes for 2025. What is yours?
I just want to make everybody
Play.
happy. It was a rough year for my family, 2024, so I just want to make everybody as happy as possible, and hopefully it's a great year.
Okay, and I see you're all decked out in your Lions wear, right?
Gotta be.
Are they going to do it?
They're doing it all.
They're doing it, right?
It's going to be this year. This is the year for us.
So you're the Lions and you're your family, okay?
Exactly.
All right, high five, Noah. Thanks so much.
That's 5
And,
seconds left.
Thank you very much.
We're live.
And of course, we're back again. That was Noah. He was a DoorDash driver, and he was happy to talk to me. So it was great. I wish him all the best. He had said that he and his family had some struggles in 2024. So of course, we're hoping that Noah is doing well. And I know he's super excited about the Lions victory yesterday. Someone else who's super excited about the Lions victory, of course.
Of course.
Of course, right? Jason Charnas from Gusher Human Service. Jason, so nice to see you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me back.
Well, I love Gusher.
We love being here.
Thank you so much. Okay, so you have a very popular program that is getting ready to start. It's the Women to Work program. And this has been going on since the 1980s?
Yes,
Okay.
1980s. It's a really great program geared towards women that are looking for help re-entering the workforce. So we see a lot of women that either because have finished either caring for, raising their children don't need them in the home as much as they did, caring for parents and loved ones, or the economy, and they say, I need to go back to work.
Right.
How do I do it? What's that look like?
Because there could be amount of time that has passed since they
Yeah,
were working,
I mean,
right?
and the program is really geared towards people that have been out of the workforce for some time. And so from what does my resume look like and how do I represent this time away
Mhm.
to what does a job search look like in now 2025?
Right.
They may not have performed a job search in 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, or longer. And so our Women to Work program is geared towards that group of people, those women that are looking for that help. So it's a group program.
Okay.
And there's some really awesome things that happen in this group. So one, you're not alone. You're not the only woman who's looking for help returning to work. And there's a lot of camaraderie that gets
That's
built,
cool.
some networking,
Mhm.
really great relationships, on top of course, the skills that we are helping these women to understand.
And
so
there's
they
a
can
lot
do
of
it.
skills.
A lot of skills.
Yeah, so computer
Absolutely.
training obviously is a big one.
So we have a free computer class that happens in the afternoons for the women if they're looking for it. Of course, we know computer skills are almost required in everything.
Yes.
Every kind
Even
of
job
a job.
searches now, right?
Job
I mean,
searching,
LinkedIn
writing a
is the whole thing.
resume, applying for jobs. If you don't have a computer and a computer skills, just applying for a job can be almost impossible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's an informational session starting this week, right?
This week, Thursday at 9 a.m. at our office in Southfield,
Okay.
we have an information meeting for women that are interested, for really an opportunity to learn more. And
Do they have to commit on that day or?
so they don't have to commit, but we do want women that are interested to come to the information meeting. And we do, of course, ask for that women that are interested in coming or interested in learning more information to contact us so we can have a conversation and make sure the program is right for them. While it's right for a lot of people, there are some women or circumstances or simply length of time. 4 weeks for some folks may not
It's 2 days
be
a week?
quick enough, right?
2 days
2
a
days
week,
a
right?
week. 9 to noon is our Women to Work program. The computer class runs 1 to 3 in the afternoons. So if for some reason that program is too much time,
Mhm.
we of course have free one-on-one programs as well. But we should definitely say this is a free program.
This is a free program,
This is an
right?
important part of it is if you haven't worked in a while
Right,
and
right.
the economy and
Stressing.
whatever else,
Yeah.
that makes a really big difference.
Right, for sure. So so it's a free program. Informational meeting is this Thursday,
Thursday at 9
Thursday
a.m.
at 9 a.m. People can reach out, but there's going to be a lot of topics covered in this.
So we're going to talk about resume writing and job searching, LinkedIn, networking. We're going to talk about budgeting. One of the most important things as part of the job search is, what do I need in terms of a salary
Mhm.
to be able to pay my bills or to be able to meet whatever my goals financially are? But if you don't know what your financial goals are and you don't understand your bills and your budget, that could be really challenging. So we're going to talk about budgeting. We're going to talk about mindfulness. We're going to do some vocational assessments, helping these women to really understand a little bit better about what's the best path or what is a good direction career for them as they begin that job search.
So as they begin that job search, I mean, you just kind of mentioned because they may not know what avenue to pursue.
Absolutely, they may not. So we have women that are looking to re-enter into the same career path.
Mhm.
We have women who aren't sure. We have women who ultimately will look for a full-time job or a part-time job, or they determine maybe volunteering a couple days a week is the right path for them.
Mhm.
So we're going to help with all of this. So it's a group program followed by one-on-one meetings with our staff for as long as somebody needs and they feel that value and benefit to them.
And Gesher is one of the biggest human service
We're
agencies,
a very
right?
large nonprofit organization based in Southfield. And we've been working with job seekers since the 1950s, and this program specifically since the 80s.
So anyone else, I mean, whether it be a man or somebody, I mean, anyone can really come to Gesher and
Anybody and everybody. We are helping folks to figure out a career path or to change careers. We work with a lot of folks that have been working in a career and they find no enjoyment or excitement. It's dread to go to work.
Right.
So we work with folks to help them figure out what is the right career path for them. We have a lot of certified professional resume writers, and we're helping a lot of people write a resume or update a resume so it's what what local employers or national employers are looking for. Job search,
Yeah.
LinkedIn,
right?
right? Practice interviewing. If you're not comfortable sitting down with somebody you don't know and talking about work, talking about your experiences, or you're not sure how to answer those questions, we can help practice that so that you sit down in that interview and you have
And be
confidence.
confident, right?
Yeah, it's a really important piece.
It is. And especially I know for someone who may have been out of the workforce for a while and, you get timid talking to people and trying to kind of be like, okay, we've got this. And,
It's
but you have to
it's
jump in.
challenging. If you need to go and you don't know where to start, we're a great resource. Again, free resource,
Yes.
which is an important
It
part.
is.
If you're unemployed or you need change, right? Like everybody's pinching dollars. And
Mhm.
so if we can help provide this service to our community, it's a really great thing that we enjoy doing it, right?
You
we
do. Oh,
we
you
like
do.
coming to work.
That's why I always have you on because
Yeah.
I'm like, they're so fun.
We like coming to work. We like what we do. We like being able to work with our community
Right.
and help people with whatever those goals look like.
That is so awesome, Jason. I always appreciate seeing you. So tell me the website where people can check. it out.
Absolutely. So our website is geshermi.org. They can email us, employmenthelp@geshermi.org. They can call 248-233-4245. We're happy to talk, and our goal isn't just to plug you into a program.
Right.
It's what are your individual needs look like, and where do we, what recommendations do we have, and what do we have that will work best for you?
Okay, so the meeting is Thursday.
Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Please call. Let's
They
talk
do
to
have
us.
to
Yes,
register,
we
or-
want people to register, not just to show up, because we want to know who's coming.
Right.
We want to know, are we going to be able to add a second group, right?
Mhm.
One of the other really important things is we're not putting 50 people into a room in a just a vat of just talking to people, right? It's really interactive. So we keep our program and our groups small intentionally for the value of what everybody's going to get out of
And
it.
it's all about connection too.
It is all about connection.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you and go Lions.
Thank you. Go Lions.
Go Lions. Again, see, that's more applause.
There we go. We'll take it.
Take it. Again, that is Jason Charnas from Gesher Human Services in Southfield. And Jason, again, thank you so much. So this next story is kind of funny because I've got two guests coming on. One is Mark Alexander. The other one is Craig Nash. And I did not know that they were actually connected until I got a pitch from a PR person who said, hey, I want you to talk to Mark. He has started Light Tuition. And then I got another pitch from another PR person that said, oh, and Craig Nash could actually speak about Mark. And I'm like, what is happening? So hello, Mark.
Hello, Brooke. It's a
And
pleasure
hello,
to be here.
Craig.
Hello, Brooke. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no, my pleasure. And it's just so funny because the one thing that has happened with this show is that happens all the time, right? It's like, oh, well, I want this. And then people will be like, well, I didn't know you knew them. Or
Absolutely.
it's all about connections, like we were just talking about with Jason. And so, okay, so we're going to start with Mark first, okay? So tell me your story because your story started in 2009.
Correct.
When you were a student at Kettering, right?
K University. in Flint,
Okay,
Michigan.
all right. So tell me what happened.
So yes, in 2009, someone gifted me with an anonymous $16,000 to pay for my last year of college with the one request that I paid that gift forward. And Brooke, you don't realize going through education, it was challenging. I was out of school for a full year. I was trying everything possible to graduate, but all work works, even when you don't think it's working.
Mhm.
Because fast forward 10 years later, we started Light Tuition. We're now helping students all around the world pay for education so they have access to higher learning without the burden of debt. So it's been a journey, but one worth living. every
Okay,
single day.
so Light Tuition, explain what this is.
So yes, we are the only fundraising platform that allows students to raise money that's sent directly to their school without the burden of debt. So here's the kicker. Supporters know their money is going directly toward a child's education. They're not going to spend it on games, shoes, vehicles. It's going towards that bottom line for their tuition. So it covers room and board, books, food, those things we take for granted when it comes to graduating from college.
Right.
We make sure it's covered and taken care of. And the kicker is,
Yeah.
if they're not enrolled in class at the completion of their campaign,
Mhm.
that money is refunded back to all the supporters to make sure that dollar stays where it's supposed to go.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do students how do you select the students or how does that work?
Well, here's the beauty of it.
process?
It is free to any and all students. They just
Oh.
simply go to lighttuition.com, create their campaign, and they can immediately start raising funds for their tuition.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you and your wife co-founded this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Light Tuition.
Correct.
Okay, so if people were students interested in finding out more or connecting with you, how do they do that?
They can go to www.lighttuition, LITE tuition.com And there's going to be a full website. Our team is working around the clock to assist them, whether it's campaigns, registering, but everything is free for our students.
So is that nationwide?
Yes,
Okay, so it doesn't have to be a student in Michigan.
correct.
Okay, so if people have family or students out of state,
Absolutely. And actually around the country. So we have a few students in different continents as well who's used our platform, which has been amazing for us.
that is amazing.
Thank
And you
you.
did exactly what you were asked to do by paying it forward.
Every single day now.
That is so awesome. High five, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Brooke.
All right, so now we're going to bring in Craig Nash, who is the co-founder of It's a Grand Life, right? Okay, so I should say that It's a Grand Life is actually our caffeinated act of kindness for this month. So
Beautiful.
every month we highlight a nonprofit for exactly a month to raise awareness and kind of help them get the word out because it's so important. And we had Lisa on right when the show first started. Yes.
Wonderful.
Talking about the kinship program and
Yes.
explaining kind of what kinship care is. And It's a Grand Life is all about that.
Right, 100%. Yeah. It's a grand life. Obviously, we're highlighting through our podcast grandparents who are raising grandkids.
Mhm.
And when you're a grandparent and you are raising your grandkid, you become part of a grand family. And the kinship care is another word for that, but that's why we came up with the name It's a Grand Life.
I love that.
And so we went, I was introduced to Mark and we were talking about how do we launch a not-for-profit and how do we talk about fundraising ideas. And we explained the concept of the grand family to Mark and he said, wait a minute, I was raised in a grand family.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
We were meant to connect right there.
100%.
wow. So how long have you two actually known each other?
4, 5, 6 months.
Yes.
something like that.
Okay. So you were raised in a grand family.
Yes.
Okay. And you are actually raising your granddaughter,
Yes.
Ella, right?
Ella, yeah.
Okay. So this has kind of all come together, but the interesting thing about grandparents raising grandchildren is the poverty line
Yes,
Yes.
is extremely low.
exactly. About 30% of grandparents who are raising their grandkids are living at or below the poverty line. But if you're in Alabama, it's as high as 50%.
So it
And
just depends.
I felt led to start this podcast, and I thinking that I was really going to educate folks on what grandparents raising grandkids is all about. And it's an epidemic. It's all over the place. There's 3 million kids being raised by grandparents in our country, and I had no idea how prevalent it was.
And that is either without a parent in the home,
Right.
right? So without a parent in the home, and is it always grandparents or can it be aunts and uncles?
It
Or
could be aunts and uncles, and that's the kin part.
Okay,
it's,
so kin.
So kinship's more of a broad term, but the grandparents is more warm and fuzzy. I think.
I
Speaking
love my
bias, yeah.
grandparents. It is warm and fuzzy. That's
Yeah.
the sweater.
Who doesn't love their grandparents?
I know, right? Oh my gosh. So, I was so close to my grandparents that I actually called them mom and dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, so, I just love them immensely and they make such an impact on your life.
100%.
So for you personally, as you have started this podcast
Yes.
and you're right in the thick of it,
Yes.
what is one thing you wish people knew about this is not something you planned on doing, I assume.
No, it's we have 2 kids that we raised, and our daughter had some behavioral health challenges when she was in college, and that led to substance abuse issues. And we never thought we would be in the place where our daughter was living on the streets of East Detroit for 2.5 years, and just absolutely shocked by the whole thing. And I heard a message by a guy named Rick Warren, who
Oh,
unfortunately
Yeah.
he had a 26-year-old son that committed suicide due to behavioral health issue. But the message that really sat with me was, don't waste your pain. So I said, let's, I really felt led to start a podcast to bring subject matter experts, a lot like what you're doing, in the area of grandparents raising grandkids. And how do you deal with adoption? How do you deal with guardianships? How do you deal with taxes? I mean,
are you ever, this is a little bit of a personal question, but are you ever, I guess I would think you don't seem resentful, but there's got to be a point. I know that some grandparents are like, this is not what I signed up for. I've raised my kids and I want to go travel and now I have you.
But we still travel. We just have an extra person with us.
I love that.
But there are times, we
Right.
all have our moments
Right,
where,
for sure. So what is your piece of advice for maybe a grandparent out there that is going to take custody of their grandchild?
well, I would have them listen to all our old podcasts because we've had some phenomenal subject matter experts to deal with all the issues of that whole process. But you need to have a community that you can be part of, that can really stand with you, pray for you, encourage you, and maybe even and watch your grand one night so that you can get a night off, because we all need a little break every now and then. But
Sure, right.
but it's all about community. And in fact, the beautiful thing about this space of grandparents raising grandkids is that it's one of the few nonpartisan issues in our country.
That's right.
And we don't ever get into issues of color or political party or any of that. It's, oh, you're raising your grand, I'm raising my grand. My daughter's on the streets. Can you relate to that? I can 100% relate to that. And we have this bond. And in fact, a door is open for me to be part of a national organization called Generations United.
That's awesome.
And they have 86 what they call grand voices, which are advocates at the state level to try and really stand up for grand families who are not getting the same type of support that foster families and others are, but still need the support, because costs aren't going down. Oh, by the way,
Right.
and you have a little one that needs that cereal and milk every morning. That tends to add up,
For
right?
sure. And then you get into the college, and
Right.
then that's when you come in. But
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to always be there for them.
you are. But okay. So, and I'm looking through my notes. I don't want to lose, because you have another company,
Absolutely.
and that is what Craig has referred to.
Correct.
So-
So we have a company called Light Raise. And what happened is during our time of Light Tuition, we were successful at raising over $1 million for students. Now, this was a small team in its inception. I remember being approached by other nonprofits and large organizations and said, how did you do it? And what we realized is when it comes to nonprofits, they are the backbone, in my opinion, of communities. They lack the technical support, the technical structure. And someone asked, can we use your software? And that's when the light went off. What if we make this software now accessible and affordable to nonprofits everywhere? And that's when Light Raise came to fruition and has taken off. So we're now in 6 different countries. We're supporting nonprofits all around the world, and we just launched what we call our 100 Nonprofit Initiative. We're working with 100 partners here in Michigan to make sure they're set up for success. With CPAs, fundraising software, attorneys, everything they need to scale and grow. And that was one way Craig and I came to be. He said, Mark, I have this great organization. I want to take it to the next level. But it was his genuine passion that I was like, wow, I have to be a part of this. And as you can see, the Lord keeps bringing us together. I did not know he was going to be here today. When I see him, I was like, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
you didn't?
I did not
Oh,
know.
how funny!
Isn't
I
that
thought
funny? Yeah.
you knew, didn't you?
I think you may have included something in a note to me, but yes.
Right. Okay. So you did not know.
I did not know.
He had the heads up.
So it was a good surprise when I see him. I was like, look at him. He's still doing it.
Okay. So your nonprofit, is it the Grand Fund?
It's a Grand Life.com, and the fund is the 501c3 has the same name. It's a Grand Life, but we call the fund the Grand Fund because it's kind of separated.
Right.
And it's been an amazing journey, and
And
had
that's
no
pretty
idea.
new, right?
We after chatting with Mark, we became incorporated as a IRS approved 501c3 on August 16th. We had friends challenge us with some fundraising goals, and I thought they were absolutely crazy. But our goal was initially $25,000 for the year, and when we were challenged by our friends who became one of our biggest donors, we hit our goal of $60,000 for the year. So it was really
That is
pretty
amazing.
I mean, it's
High five. I'm giving out a lot of high fives today. It's all in celebration of the new year.
That's right.
and the platform that we have through Mark's company is so easy. I mean, I'm not 30 anymore. By the way, and technology is not my friend, but he's made it so easy that it's just the deposits come in, they go right to our bank, and it's just real streamlined. I can't encourage anybody any higher than to give Mark a call and to work with him. He is the most honest guy on the planet, and what an expert in helping folks get their finances together.
Thank you. He's not paid to say this, by the way.
He is not a paid spokesperson. So you said 100. Are you at that limit? Can people still reach out to
The
you?
beauty behind it, we just launched that initiative last week on January the 2nd.
Oh,
So
you've got time.
yep, they still have until March 15th to sign up. But the thing I think is important for all nonprofits to understand with us, you don't have to worry about the stress of the software, the marketing. Everyone gets their own assigned specialist from a tech standpoint, a marketing person, because even with organizations, if you are large, we are there. If you're just getting started, we're there, because there are a lot of two-people organizations that can change the world if they just have the right support. And we are the right support for them now.
And if somebody has the passion to start a nonprofit, but they don't know how, right? I mean, and it kind of falls by the wayside because you just get stuck.
Absolutely.
right? So you're there to help. And how do people reach out to you?
So if they want to learn
That
more about
company.
us, they can reach out to Light Raise, Lite, raise.com. And our team, again, 24 hours around the clock, they're there to support and help. Or you can send us an email at hello@lightraise.com. We make sure you're all set up and taken care of.
Okay, awesome, Mark. Thank you so much. And for you, you are coming on again and again for the
Right.
month of January,
Thank
so
you, by the
I'm
way.
excited
Yeah.
about this. The whole idea of how people can reach out to you, maybe if it's a grandparent that needs support.
Yep. Just go to itsagrandlife.com, and it's a whole script they can fill out and give us all their information, and we'll get things moving.
Okay, and obviously the age of a grandchild, or if there's more than one, that doesn't come into play at all.
Doesn't
right?
matter. No.
Doesn't matter?
No, we helped 100 people last month, 100 kids and grandparents, and what a great time at the holidays.
At the holidays,
Yeah,
right?
It's just a total joy. You gotta love it. So
That is so amazing. So thank you. I'm looking
Thank you.
forward to seeing you again next week.
absolutely.
All right, and Mark, thank you. It was the whole Invisible Man act that you just pulled off. So
Yep.
thank you so much. So seriously, thank you.
Thanks for
I'm
having
excited to be working with you. I think it's such an important topic. People need help out there, and you don't necessarily think that it's a grandparent.
Right. But it's a problem that we all should be aware of. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh no, my pleasure, and we'll see you next week.
Wonderful. Sounds good.
All right, and now I've got Jerry coming up, who is from Stage Crafters. And Jerry, you are the director of what show? I'm sorry, I'm not quite
Color
clear on
Purple.
that. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Brooke.
So The Color Purple, the musical,
Yes.
opening at Stage Crafters.
Yes. On Friday the 10th.
Okay, how excited are you?
Beyond.
Are you?
Yes. We've been working on this since September.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so since September, and what can people expect if they've never seen it?
Oh, well, I'm surprised people have never seen it. I mean, it's
You never
it's
know.
based on the 1985 Steven Spielberg film.
Right.
From there, they developed the original musical. Was in 2005, I believe, and then they did a revival in 2017, and then the new movie in 2023 was based on the stage musical.
Okay.
So, and all based on Alice Walker's book. But what they can expect is a very heartwarming, emotional journey of a young woman who has had to overcome adversity to discover love and who she is.
So the rehearsal process is intense for musicals.
Yes, it is.
Right. So how has that all come together for you?
I have worked many years now with Julie Malloy, who is the music teacher and director at Shrine High School. And we've worked on a number of shows. So when I got the opportunities to submit The Color Purple to Stage Crafters to consider putting it in their season, I always bring her along because she knows music way better than I do.
Are you an actor, by the way?
I have acted.
Okay.
I am a teacher by
You are?
profession. I am a retired teacher
Oh, okay.
from Birmingham Public Schools.
Okay. So this is kind of what you do now in your
Yes,
free
in
time.
my retirement.
Oh, that is awesome.
I did it before that too. but
Okay. How long have you been involved with Stage Crafters?
31 years.
Oh, not long at all. So it's funny. So I'm going to say this. We have started this Curtains Up segment because I'm an actor. I love, that was originally what I wanted to do with my life, was be an actor. So I went out to California, got into broadcasting instead. But it's funny because all the local theaters have kind of come to me and said, hey, can we be on the show? And and I'm like, what about Stage Crafters? When are they showing up? And you finally did it.
Yes.
I'm so excited. So thank you. So this is, I was looking at the website and it family friendly, not so much. What do you think?
I think it is. I mean, there's nothing in the show that doesn't warrant it. I think to really appreciate it, you should be a little more mature, teenagers
For sure.
and up, just to really appreciate the story.
What, how's the house looking?
I haven't checked. I don't.
It's bad
like
luck to check.
do
Don't
that.
check.
Yes, but I think it's selling well. We're getting a lot of publicity.
Okay. And then, so you open Friday.
We open Friday.
So-
We run every weekend, and we close on the 26th.
Sunday matinees. Always
Sunday
popular.
matinees and Thursday evenings are a discounted ticket price.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, so people can either buy them on the website
on the website, stagecrafters.org,
or you can walk in.
or you can walk in the day of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you are going to see this all come to fruition on Friday, what do you think you'll be feeling?
Well, we had our first not full dress. We had a technical dress last night. We have full dress rehearsal tonight, Tuesday and Wednesday. I keep forgetting which day it is. And already, I mean, we're ready. They just need an audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like, don't peek yet, man. Don't do it.
I know.
Don't
You know that old adage that bad dress rehearsal, great opening.
Yes.
So we don't want to
Fantastic dress
Yeah.
rehearsal. I used to do forensics. So
Yes.
it was always like, you're in competition. And if you don't know what forensics is, it's an acting competition.
Yes.
And I remember in high school, it was one of the championships. And I was like, I think that was my best performance. And it was like in the hallway rehearsing. I didn't win. I did not win. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. And I guess I should say that Stagecrafters is actually giving away 2 tickets to somebody in our live audience. So one of you may be lucky enough to win that. We'll decide that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I'm excited.
Awesome.
I plan on bringing the kids too. I think it's important. Theater is so important, the culture and exposing them to everything, So,
Yeah.
so you will see us there at some point.
Excellent.
Okay. So
It's a
thank
great
you.
show.
Yeah, it's a great show and it runs for 3 weeks.
3 weekends.
Okay. So 3 weekends. Any idea what's next at Stagecrafters after this?
After this, they are doing, they're having auditions for A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. And we're doing Dogfight, another musical on our second stage. We have a
Yeah, the
smaller
second stage is awesome.
theater upstairs.
So all musicals.
So far.
So far, right? All right, man. I don't sing. I don't dance. Well, listen, break a leg. I'm so excited. I'm sure it will be a wonderful show. I can't wait to see it. And again, that is Stagecrafters opening night Friday for The Color Purple, the musical, in case you weren't sure what it was. So thank you.
Bring your
so much.
tissues.
Yes, bring your tissues. Bring your tissues. Okay, so obviously this is the first Monday of the new year, and we were hanging out at Alex's in downtown Berkeley just last week, talking to people and asking them if they made a New Year's resolution and what it was. And I think we're going to show the one where I actually walked up to the table with the family. So, let's watch.
So we're coming up to 2025. I'm at Alex's in downtown Berkeley with Laura, one of my favorite servers here. Laura, tell me what your wish is for 2025. Oh, my wish is for everyone to stay healthy and just keep going strong and healthy and happy and enjoy your family. And what about those lines? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Everybody in Michigan's excited everywhere. It's so awesome. Well, listen, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. And you know what? Thank you for talking to me. You're welcome.
Okay, so here at Alex.
Are we back? Okay, well, I was wrong. It was not the family whose breakfast I interrupted. It was the waitress, one of my favorite ones over there at Alex's. So again, a big thank you to them for letting us hang out there. I think we were there for about 3.5 hours. And Barbie, of course, who directs the show and also is my stylist, fabulous for her today. She had a bunch of lottery tickets. So after they were talking to us, we would even surprise them with an extra lottery ticket. So it was a lot of fun hanging out with us. So now, hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am good. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is Maria. Say your last name.
Nardakia.
I choked.
It's very long.
I choked.
It's very long.
Okay, so you are marketing
I am. Yes.
for, go ahead and tell me.
Friends for Animals of Metro Detroit.
Yes, and one of my favorite organizations. You guys have so much coming up, and of course, you are our community partner this month. Super excited about that.
Thank you so much.
And so much going on for you guys.
Yes, it's very busy right now.
Yes.
Despite the holiday season just ending, we had a wonderful holiday season. We're gearing up for our brunch event, which is February 15th.
Yes, and that is always, last year I emceed that, and I wore a dog while I was emceeing it.
And you were phenomenal.
It was awesome. So for anyone who's not familiar, what do you guys do?
So we are the animal shelter in Dearborn. We have been there since 1996, and we are our mission is to have Dearborn be free of homeless animals. and to not have any neglect as well. So we have a contract with the city of Dearborn. We bring in the animals within that city, take care of them, do what we can, and then get them ready to be adopted and go on from there. So our events actually help with that tremendously.
Oh, very much so.
Yes.
And so, I mean, obviously it's cold right now, and you guys must have a wish list of what you need.
We do, yes. And you can find that on our website, which is metrodetroitanimals.org. We have everything on there from the wish list, which can include just a PDF of those items. We also have Chewy, Amazon too. We make it easy for people to be able to give in their space as well.
How many animals are there right now?
You know what? I actually just checked over the weekend and we had about 44 animals before the weekend. So I'll have to see what we had adoption wise that took place.
So do you do adoptions every week, or how does that work in case somebody's interested?
We do. We have adoptions that are Wednesday through Sunday. So you can come in between 12 and 4. You can also visit our website. We have an Adopt a Pet page where you can see all of our adoptable animals.
You can like look at them and see if they look like you.
Yes, and you can see if they look like you. We have the pictures, a little description of them as well. And then the animals that I mentioned, that's just adoptable. We also have a ton of animals that are not ready for adoption yet that we do have.
Okay, so for the animals that aren't ready for adoption, you kind of make sure they're feeling okay and that they're healthy, right, before you put them up for adoption.
Yep, and some of them, they need behavioral assessment. Some need, medical assessment, whatever that case is. We do those things, and then when they're ready for adoption, we feature them on the website. We'll take them to the events, like brunch.
Yes.
We will have some adoptable animals there. We do events with local pet stores as well, too.
Okay, so are you a dog or cat person?
Okay. I personally am a dog person, but
Me
I
too.
will never leave an animal out. I could not handle seeing a sweet baby out there by itself. I'm very used to hearing, Maria, don't pet that animal. It might be wild and you never know.
And you're like, oh, come on.
Like, please,
It's
I'll
fine.
take all the animals.
Just put them all in.
Exactly.
So what is the one need you think what is the one urgent need right now during this time?
Aside from actual physical items, for us, the biggest need is for people to know that we're here. We are a small shelter, but we service 67% of Metro Detroit, which is not just within Dearborn. That is outside of Dearborn. So if you're looking for an animal, we're here. If you have items that you want to donate, we will take them as well. We work with other organizations where we can replace those. But really just making sure people understand that we're here and we're looking to do the best work possible.
Okay, so the event that you mentioned is coming up, February 15th,
Yes.
right? Okay, so for people who are interested, what do they need to know and how do they get tickets?
So you can visit our website, again, metrodetroitanimals.org, and that's where you'll find the tickets. So we have a couple of different options too. For children, it's 12 and under. We have tickets for you, and then basic is $55. Premium is $65, which will get you unlimited mimosas. So I highly recommend that one. And it is taking place at Park Place Caterers, which we have a wonderful relationship with. They are phenomenal.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
They are.
Right?
Yes, you were there last
I was
year.
there last
Yes,
year,
thank you
and
for
then
coming.
it was so funny because the animals. I think a couple of those dogs that were there actually got adopted that day.
Betty got adopted on site.
On site, right?
On site. A woman looked at her and said, "That's my dog." And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yes,
And it's so
was,
wonderful.
yeah, it was awesome. And then of course you guys have lovely merchandise.
We do. We'll have some merchandise. We'll have a 50-50 raffle. We also have silent auction. Last year, there was a whole bidding war over the U of M golf tickets. So you never know what kind of good items we'll have. And then this year, we are hosted by Dan Miller. We were able to snag him the Saturday after the Super Bowl, mind you.
Oh.
I know. We're very lucky for that one. So,
Especially if the Lions are in the Super Bowl, right?
especially after last night, too.
Yes.
That was amazing.
Totally amazing. So awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm super excited to be partnering with you guys for the month of January, raising awareness, and let's get all of those animals adopted,
Yes,
right?
thank you so much,
No,
Brooke.
thank you. And website one more time.
metrodetroitanimals.org.
Okay, you can go find your puppy, your cat.
Yes.
Just puppy and cat.
Yes.
Dog, no rabbits. Right?
No rabbits,
Okay,
right.
no rabbits. I'm wearing the rabbit. Never mind. It's not a rabbit. I'm just kidding. It's totally not a rabbit.
It's not.
I'm just.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, so thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And we are going to bring up Terry now from Le Shop Modern with some. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good. It's so nice to see you again.
Again too.
Yes. So, okay, so you have these beautiful books. So tell me what
I
these
do.
are.
All right. So here, I'll hold it up here. Woo. So we are a high-end consignment showroom. We feature furniture, art, and design, and we love to have events in our spot. And we hosted last year. Peter Fortison wrote this amazing book about Detroit modern homes. 1935 to 1985 was this book. And we had a book signing there, and it was an amazing event. A lot of the architects that built the homes came to the event. And he decided to do a second book because it was so exciting. And why I'm here representing the shop is my house is in the book.
Right?
Yes, it is. So I bought a 1954 mid-century house that had a nice 1990s Home Depot redo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, when I walked in, my husband was like, no. I'm like, yes, I see it. And he's like, oh gosh, what are we getting into? And it was right during COVID when we were doing everything. So it was like, oh, can they work today? Yes, they can work today. Or they're outside today. It was really fun. But so we took this house and we brought it back to its, we did justice back to the home. We took out the Home Depot. Not that there's anything wrong with the Home Depot, but we made it really mid-century and modern and designed it, really made it open and brought the house back to life. Right. The house was it was done by a Style Wright, but it was really in the Frank Lloyd Wright style. So you'll see a lot of the bricks that are outside the wall continues in. You see trees in the corner that were planted purposely for this window, and of course all the furniture is from the shop. So right. I love going out on appointments with Deborah, one of the owners, and we were looking at a home, and I said, is the dining room set available? Are we taking that too? He said yes, and I'm like, what's going on now?
Don't even looking it out the door.
Stop the truck at my house before we get to the showroom.
So how long did it take you to restore your house?
It took us about 8 months. We had a wonderful carpenter and a great designer as well, and my husband still can't believe. My mom was petrified too. She was like, I can't believe you're doing this. But we did, and the house it's magnificent, and the photos of that Peter's photographer took are just outstanding, and so we're having a book signing this Thursday.
Yes, that's Thursday, right? Okay, so that is at La Shop Modern,
yes.
Which is an amazing place. It's huge.
It is. You've been there.
Yes. How many? Is it 2 stories?
So it's 3 floors, and then we have a warehouse four doors down. It's about 25,000 square feet.
It's amazing.
Yes. And so basically, it's so ironic because there was someone here from Gesher, right, Jason? And he was like, I've been talking to you guys about, and I'm like, well, what's the holdup, Jason? Let's go. Come on, talk. So he's going to call our office manager tomorrow and get that going. But
very cool.
So people that have furniture, maybe they're downsizing. A lot of that's going on with the boomers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe their parents have passed away and they have some really great pieces like Eames chairs and Knoll and Saarinen and it's a great show.
So you don't have to make an appointment to come in there, do you? Or
no, not at all.
No,
Please come any day,
okay.
Tuesday through Saturday. We're there 11 to 5.
Higo Harbor,
yes. The old House of Denmark building, which is actually where my furniture is from. So we have a lot. Sometimes the furniture ends up back at, and we're like, this was definitely here selling it.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's really everything old is new again.
Yep, for sure. So so the book signing is Thursday.
Yes, Thursday.
And what time?
6 to 8. We're going to have music and food and wine, and Peter will be there signing the book, and there are going to be some architects that are joining in. I had the first book had 73 homes in it. This one has 87 homes in it. And they're from 1910 to, they're all from Michigan,
right.
The Lower Peninsula, all the same. This was from the Metro Detroit area. These are all Michigan. And just look at this house. You want to see my house? Let me show you.
Oh, yeah, show me your house. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but
I
you
can see it. Yes, let's see. Oh, here it is.
Oh, so beautiful.
Right? And then I actually was so lucky. I got a second page because I have a pool and drone shots. I'm not a photographer, but seriously, how did they?
Okay, so when it warms up, pool party your place?
Absolutely. Everybody here, you're welcome. I love having pool parties. I don't even leave. My daughter's getting married this summer, and I'm like, wait, we have to leave our pool for a weekend because she's getting married up north in South Davis.
You're like, get married in the pool.
I know. Right? We've been a lot cheaper.
Exactly. Well, listen, it's so great to see you again. I hope this
Thanks
book
for
signing,
having
those
us.
books are amazing, and I know that you'll let people look at them, right?
Of course,
if they want
for
to
sure.
take a gander at
For
those. And the book signing is 6 to
8
6
this
to 8.
Thursday. You can call the store at 248-481-8884 or email us at info@LaShopModern. We're having an Eventbrite, so we just want to know how many people are there so we have enough wine for everybody.
And that is very important, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Terry.
Nice to see
Always
you.
a pleasure
Thank
to see you. Okay, well, it is 10:56. My phone, I forgot to turn it off, so it is the one that's been ringing this whole time. It's my mom calling. So I'll just admit that whole thing. So hi, Jason.
Hello.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. So yeah, we it was a little bit crazy. It felt like, I know the kids had the Sunday scaries getting ready, and it's like they wanted to wear their new outfits, they wanted their new water bottles, and I was just like, just go to school.
Just go to school.
Go to school. Please just
No more
go.
migraines.
Yes,
right?
no more migraines. And I'm glad you mentioned that because Mind in Farmington, of course, they are amazing and they always help me. They have 35 specialists, which is an amazing thing. And, I was getting migraines probably 4 times a month, if
That's
not more
crazy.
than that. And they would last for days on end. So Mind, they were actually able to help me figure out the medication aspect of it. So I'm happy to report that when I get a migraine, I'm not down for 3 days. I'm only down for about 20 minutes.
Awesome.
So yes, so check them out, mindonline.com. They're in Farmington. They also have an office in Roseville as well, and in Dearborn, I think. So amazing doctors there, and all of the headquarters in Farmington. Everything's under one roof, which is very important because if you have to get extensive testing, MRIs, all of that, they can do it right there. So it's important.
I'll have to check them out.
Check them out.
Yes,
After I give you a big fat headache.
Right. You don't give me a headache. Come on.
And I'm sending him pictures of my house that he's like, I've never seen that. You want to
I'm
share
like,
that?
really?
You sure you're doing that? I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man. That's what we're
That's
doing.
not the Brooke I know.
Yeah, I know, right? That's not the furry Brooke.
So we have a fabulous giveaway.
We do. So we've got 2 of them actually. And
Mm-hmm.
this one is cracking me up because this one is from the Detroit Zoo.
Okay.
Because Randy has, she came to the show
Yeah.
at Time Warp. So that was awesome. And she gave us tickets for Wild Lights. And then, so this is one giveaway. And I know people are thinking it's like 20 degrees out. Do I want to go to the zoo when it's 20 degrees?
You
But
do.
look what's included. Hand warmers. See? So, okay. So pick a number because in our live studio audience,
Mhm.
somebody's going to win this.
I was making sure that everything was filled.
Yes, everything is
Okay.
filled. Go ahead. Show me the sheet.
So, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Let's do number 6.
6.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, awesome. We will hand them right to you real quick.
Hand warmers included for your.
I appreciate my daughter's gonna love this,
Oh,
or I'm gonna
You're
love
gonna
this, and
love
she
it.
might fight going. But I'm
Exactly.
excited.
Exactly. Yes. And of course, we mentioned our other giveaway today, which I'm super excited and grateful for Stage Crafters. So 2 tickets they have given us to give away to our audience. So pick another number. It can't be 6.
Okay.
And it can't be where he's sitting.
I know. I'm trying to think what number that
This
is.
is
Your
the time.
tickets to your own show. Let's try number. Okay. Let's try number 2.
Okay, Maria. So we don't have the physical tickets. That's perfect.
But come on up and you can say thank you.
Yes, but come on up.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
We'll take these back to the shelter and we'll see what we can do with them.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Very
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
not just for me. I'll take it back to the shelter for sure.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah,
congratulations
thank
on
you so
that.
much.
And again, big thank you to Jerry and Stage Crafters for donating those. We appreciate it. And wow, the first Monday of 2025, the Lions are on their way to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Right?
Hey,
Yeah, right? We're doing it.
2 years until the playoffs. So
Yes, and I
Let's
won't
hope
say
this
that.
time we take it.
So it was very funny. So real quick, so Carson and Daisy are my twins who just turned 13. And Carson loves the Detroit Lions, but Daisy loves the Philadelphia Eagles. So I had to buy her a Philadelphia
They're
Eagles
up
shirt.
there.
Oh, there they are. There's my Twinkies.
There's your Twinkies.
There's my Twinkies. That's what I call them
Should
ever
I
since
show
I
them
knew.
now?
Yeah, show them now.
There they are.
There they are now. One's a businessman, the other one has pink hair. So,
But yet they're holding the same box. of
yes, they
Twinkies.
are indeed. They're always that. Yeah, I have to pay them now to do that. I'm like,
Okay.
listen, we've done these shots every year. I need
That's
you to hold the
hilarious.
box.
I love
So
it.
yeah. So we were fancy. We were at Applebee's yesterday. That's where they wanted to go. So
To Apple. Hey,
Applebee's, right?
That's
Happy
where they wanted
13th
to go.
birthday. So, all right. So listen, thank you for everything.
I got to tell you, I was so happy that you guys filmed in our store and that it was great. And thank you so much for coming there.
Oh no, it was so much fun. Santa made an appearance. The
Mhm.
Grinch made an appearance. Barbie was there. Ben was in Amsterdam, so he wasn't
Yeah.
there. Nick, you were not there either, but Liz was there.
But Liz was there, yeah.
Liz, big thank you to everyone. You know, we've taken a couple weeks off because it was important to be with the kids and hang out with them. So they're back to school, so we are back as well. But a big thank you to everyone for coming today. Thank you, Jason, for all the posts you do. Barbie, thank you for making me stylish. Ben, thank you. And Liz, thank you always. And again, thank you to our live studio audience who is here. It's always so much fun to have them. And thank you to everyone who has been watching us. You know what I always say, especially now as temperatures are in the 20s, keep the coffee hot.